Welcome, everyone, to episode 72 of Around the Book podcast. Tonight, we do not have football, sadly. There's still one more game, and unfortunately, it's not this weekend, it's next, but football is quickly coming to an end. And unfortunately, it seems like no one wants to watch the Super Bowl either. So, unless you're
Uh,
an Eagles or Chiefs fan.
Disagree here. Disagree
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Got a
I
lot
mean,
riding on it.
I'm still going to watch, and
Yeah.
it's
I
not going to
mean,
stop me.
I for one thoroughly enjoyed how this weekend panned out.
Yeah.
Betting wise, I went 2 for 2 this weekend.
Yeah.
And my Eagles NFC title future hit, and I just need that Super Bowl future to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling really good about the NFL this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I hate that I ended the NFL. Well, I'll still hit some more picks, but I ended 0-2 from last week. I think the NFC and AFC championship really just the Commanders. I don't even know what happened. Turnovers, just straight crap football, and unfortunately, we get to see the Philadelphia Eagles and once again Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So
I mean, the Commanders are a shootout spread team that went to the link in January. That's what happened.
yeah, and they couldn't hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you stop committing turnovers, you probably don't lose by, whatever it was they lost
Yeah.
by. But,
By a million. It was,
by
You know
a
what?
bajillion.
Yeah, you don't have 55 points hung on you.
that was
Whenever
ridiculous.
Like,
I kept looking. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was one of those games you keep looking at the screen. You're like you have it on in the background, and every time you look up, you're like, how do the Eagles
Yeah.
have the ball again?
Yeah,
Like inside the 20.
yeah. It was bad. And, like, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but, like, whenever you get 50 hung on you in the NFL, it looks so bad. Like,
Yeah.
you can lose 49-0, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. But if you lose 50-0, I'm like, wow, you are straight ass. Like,
Yeah, 50
getting
is brutal.
it, 50 is brutal in the NFL. So, yeah, RIP to the Commanders. But we'll see how they bounce back next year. Hopefully, this wasn't just some magical run, and hopefully they can build off this and can continue the success and hopefully sign some guys long term on that defense because I think it's kind of like a rented defense this year for them. So we'll see how that goes. But all right, I guess since we don't have any football to bet on, let's start to hone in some hockey, basketball, golf, and even college wrestling. So Dalton, if you want to kick us
College
off,
wrestling.
yeah. Dalton, if you
yeah.
want to go ahead and kick us off with some college wrestling picks.
So this probably
go
won't be a
ahead.
normal thing too often, but this on Friday we do have number 1 and number 2 programs in the country wrestling each other this weekend, Penn State and Iowa. So as far as like a regular season match goes, this is the biggest match of the year. And to really show you how dominant Penn State's been, Penn State is a 21.5 team point favorite, which in a college wrestling match, that's absurd.
What's that
that's a lot.
what's the equivalent to in football? For
I would
people like
say
me who would not know that.
that's the equivalent of being like a 30-point favorite in football.
Okay, gotcha. So like an
And this
SEC
is-
school.
Yeah,
Against,
but
like,
this is
Little
number
Sisters of the
1, number
Poor.
2.
Okay. Oh wow.
So like imagine Georgia being like a 30-point favorite against Texas earlier this year
Gotcha.
when they first played. That's basically what we're talking about here. It's a lot, but I'm still taking it. I'm taking Penn State minus 21.5 at minus 115 because I don't see Iowa winning more than 3 bouts. There's 10 weight classes. I don't see Iowa winning more than 3 tops, which say Iowa wins 3, that's 3 decisions. They get 9 team points there. Penn State wins the other 7 bouts, they would have to pick up 10 bonus points. If they win 8 bouts, they'd only have to pick up 4 to cover. I think they could do that fairly easily. Just the way Penn State, not only the way they're winning right now, but the way a lot of the wrestlers are dominating this year and picking up those bonus points, I don't think they'll have any problem covering.
Gotcha. Yeah, I trust you, I guess. I mean, I don't know much about college wrestling, so I can't chime in on this. Shane, do you have any college wrestling?
No.
Okay.
You knew the answer to that before you even asked that question.
I did. I don't know. I don't know if Shane's a college wrestling person. I don't know.
Well, apparently the answer is to bet on Penn State and make 40 cents on your bet. So, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, minus 115 is not terrible.
No, it's not that
Nah.
bad. No, it's just funny.
All right. So that's college wrestling. Like Dalton said, this probably isn't going to be a regular segment after football ends next week, but we'll see. All right.
Yeah, probably won't be.
So,
but
yeah, we'll get to the football on ice segment, NHL.
Paul on ice is a sentence for sure.
So, like, I'm just going to preface this. We're rusty right now. We've been in a football state of mind, so you got to give us a couple weeks to get going. Maybe we come out of the gate and we're hot.
You don't have to give me any time. It's not going to be awesome. If you want me to bet on the NHL, especially, I haven't paid attention to nothing this year. So, full disclosure. But
that means tail Shane, because that's some luck right there. If you just start shooting from the hip, usually those are the ones that hit. When you start thinking about it too much, that's when you get ahead of yourself and you start losing. So
kind of sounds like when you're also playing hockey to shoot from the hip is probably a good idea, but I don't know. Is that something good? I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll get started here. I have a 3-leg parlay for the NHL tomorrow. Starting with the Blackhawks at the Hurricanes. I have over 5.5 goals in that one. Kings at Lightning. I have the Tampa Bay Lightning money line. And then the Columbus Blue Jackets at the Golden Knights. I have the Blue Jackets plus 1.5 on this one, even though they're heavily even though the Golden Knights are heavily favored in this one. I'm going to take Columbus Blue Jackets plus 1.5 at minus 128. That's pretty good for getting a goal and a half there, so I'll take it. And if you take all 3 of those picks, it's at plus 403.
Nice. I don't hate that.
What do you got?
So I got Islanders money line tomorrow. I got a 3-leg parlay as well. I got Islanders money line. They're playing the Flyers, and the Flyers are just a whole lot of ass. They're getting beat 5-0 right now. They're terrible, and they're not playing well right now. Actually, no, they just lost officially 5-0 to the Devils. So
There you go.
hammer the Islanders to win tomorrow. And then I got Ducks money line. They are an underdog against the Flames, but I don't know. I think they got a shot in this one. And then finally, give me the Vegas money line. So there is a way for these to both hit, Casey, both Miami and your picks to hit. But yeah, I'm taking Vegas money line just because I don't see Columbus having any shot against Vegas this tomorrow. And then I got those 3 picks together at plus 554.
Nice, I like that. Shane, do you have any hockey picks for us?
No.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the basketball segment here of the show.
I will participate in this section of the show, guys.
Okay, well then it's your choice. Do you want NBA or do you want college basketball first?
I've only ever heard of the NBA, so no.
Okay,
so I'm just kidding. I haven't watched college basketball this year yet, so
all right. Well, let's
go
ahead and get into the college basketball and get that out of the way first, real quick. I just have. This is a stupid parlay, and this is the Kentucky parlay. And I took all the schools in Kentucky that are Division I playing tomorrow to cover the spread. It's Northern Kentucky minus 5.5 at Detroit Mercy. Northern Kentucky is getting manhandled this season. But So and then I have Morehead State minus 6.5 against.
Whoa, what state?
Yeah, Morehead
Sorry.
State.
Anyway,
there we
sorry.
go.
I'm just messing around. I know what that's. I've heard of that school. I know what goes on there. Anyway, it's Bill Belichick's second favorite program in college football right now, or college football. So anyway,
so they're playing Tennessee Tech at home. And then the next game I have is UTEP at Western Kentucky. I have Western Kentucky minus 3.5. So if you take all those, it's plus 595.
all right.
All right. I also have a 3-leg parlay for college basketball this week.
Is yours themed as well, Dalton?
It is not.
Okay,
Mine's
that's
pretty
disappointing.
random.
Alright.
But I'm taking Penn State money line against Ohio State tomorrow. Penn State apparently is good at basketball now, kind of.
They've
that's
been
a
all
good
right this
thing.
year. Yeah, they've been pretty all right.
But I figured I'm betting on Penn State in one sport. Why not bet on them in another sport? That was pretty much the only logic there.
Logic
And they're a
tracks for
favorite.
me. Yeah. logic tracks for
And
me.
then I'm taking Monmouth to beat Drexel because Monmouth's usually not bad.
I'll take your word for that one, man.
They're I feel like they're a sleeper. They're a sleeper team in their conference usually to sneak into the tournament. And then
Alright.
finally, because I had success betting on them last year, I'm pretty sure I'm taking Illinois money line against Nebraska. So those three picks parlay together at plus 485.
Nice. All right, so that was college basketball. All right, let's get Shane looped in here now.
Oh boy.
Let's go ahead and move on to the NBA. And since we have yet to hear Shane give out some picks, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? Or I guess inbound us off.
Okay. Boo. No. Okay. I do have a 3-leg parlay for the NBA tomorrow, since I didn't want to jump into any of the games currently going on or that will be going on. So I have Lakers minus 6.5 at the Washington Wizards because Wizards be ass. That's pretty much the answer to that one. Wizards don't really win basketball games. They're not in the business of doing that for a whole host of reasons. Cavaliers minus 10.5 because the Hawks are reeling after losing Jalen Johnson for the season. Feel like they're kind of going to be in a tailspin. I think they've lost 6 straight at this point. I can see the Cavs kind of just tearing into them while they're down as it is already. And then I have Rockets plus 4 at Memphis. Memphis has lost both games to them this year so far, one away and one home. And as a Memphis Grizzlies fan, not a super big fan, despite the fact the record is pretty good this year. I feel like Morant's not really the same player at this point in his career, unfortunately, for a host of reasons. And Rockets just kind of have their number this year so far. So I'll take Rockets plus 4 in the red. And that is plus 614 on that 3-legger.
That's crazy parlay because I literally have the same 3 games in mind.
Okay.
I also have the Cavs minus 10.5, Lakers minus 6.5, and I took the Grizzlies money line. So so there's a difference. I took the Grizzlies money line.
It could still hit for both of us because I just have Rockets plus 4. So it's like Dalton's and yours earlier. Yeah. So
and my whole reasoning behind it, like you said, is they're 0-2 against them so far. I'm like, you can't beat it. I mean, you eventually you gotta win one.
You don't have to win.
You don't have to, but
no, they've struggled against the Rockets for a while. Feels like, but yeah.
So those 3 picks plus 479. That's kind of crazy. I thought you were about to literally
just do the same thing. Yeah, I mean, when you only have 3 games for tomorrow,
that's true.
It's like, what are you gonna do? But
all right, Dalton, what do you got?
All right, so one of our parlays are all dead. I'm sorry, but we're all taking Lakers. I'm taking Lakers minus 6.
Yeah, so Wizards are gonna win by 2 points. Or they're gonna lose by 3 points or something.
Because I mean the Wizards are ass, and also the Lakers playing decent lately.
Yeah,
they're actually looking like a legitimate NBA team. And then I'm also taking Warriors plus 9.5 against the Thunder. The Warriors, low-key, are also one of those teams I think are slowly figuring it out this year. I don't know if they'll win this game, but I think they'll keep it close. And then finally, I'm taking the Magic minus 5 against Portland because Portland is terrible. And the Magic, good young team.
Yeah, have some talent there. So
So those 3 games parlay together at plus 595.
Nice.
Oh, I will say the NBA parlay I did last week did hit, by the way. So
Oh, nice.
anyone who
Nice.
tailed that, good. Hopefully you also made some money. So.
There we go. Well, I mean, that's a sign. Go ahead and tell them again tonight.
Oh no, that's not back to back. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. In the NFL, you were hitting those back to back on those weird
Touchdown
touchdowns.
parlays.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
so we'll see.
We'll see.
So what else do you have betting on tonight, Shane?
I have golf bets just because I thought it'd be
Okay.
funny.
All right, yeah.
Bet golf.
Well, let's
So-
go ahead and get into it. I think this is going to be a super short show. We're
I'm sure I'll find something to talk about that's
Yep.
not related to Dalton, and I'll be like, if you think. No, anyway.
I could. Well, before we get into the golf picks, I could not find anything to bet on for the Pro Bowl just yet.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I also don't know if I care because I would have to watch Russell Wilson participate for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I didn't
that's fun.
understand that.
I mean, when you're like the 7th alternate at every position is who's at the Pro Bowl, it's like starts to be like, all right, guys, should we even do this?
Yeah.
Should we just quit while we're ahead? Let everybody go home?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
All right.
The Pro Bowl is just well-known names that chose to show up.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's like, listen, I'd be all for a Pro Bowl that's actually good, right? Like where the players that
Yeah.
are supposed to be there show up. But why would they? Like, why does Josh Allen want to go to the Pro Bowl after what just happened to him?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go home and hang out with my soon-to-be wife.
Yeah. Instead of playing
That's why-
dodgeball with a bunch of other people that are pissed off they're not in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Here's the solution. You do what every other major sports league does, and you make a 2-week break in the middle of the season and do it then. Like every other normal league. And especially
Yeah.
now that you're just playing flag football anyways. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
Just
mean?
making a skills competition.
Yeah, they're
Something.
doing flag football now, right, for the Pro Bowl?
it's
Yeah.
flagged for the actual game. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then they
might
have
as
all the.
well. If you're gonna do flag, might as well just
Yeah.
do it in the middle of the season.
I think the
it'll be
problem
fine.
is people will still be like, do I want my star receiver to go running around out there and pull something and do something dumb? Like I think there is an element that
they've
will
been
happen
doing that
there.
in practice anyways. It wouldn't be
True.
any more rigorous than a practice.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I don't know
Yeah.
if they're gonna somehow they'll be like, nah, we don't want to do that.
I mean, one or
Wouldn't-
two guys I think would still pull out, just like
Yeah.
in MLB and NBA, but I don't think it'd be nearly
That's
as
bad.
much.
Yeah,
You'd still have the stars actually playing.
I think so. Yeah.
Was it Stephon Diggs and his brother that laid each other out?
Maybe.
Was
I
it like
don't
the
remember.
first or second year? There was a wide receiver that got laid out in the corner of the end zone, like about to go into the end zone.
I don't
But-
remember anymore. I couldn't. The only thing about the Pro Bowl I can tell you off the top of my head that's ever happened is whenever Sean Taylor destroyed.
Oh
the
my
punter.
god!
That's like the only Pro Bowl highlight I can think of off the top of my head is when that happened.
This is
It's the
the
funniest
one.
thing that's ever happened.
That's the
Yeah.
first highlight that pops in my head every time I hear Pro Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of. So like, I'm good. Like whatever. You guys have fun out there. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get into the golf bets then. Dalton, you want to go ahead and kick us off on the golf bets?
Yeah, so this is the main sport that I bet this week after having a rough week last week. Trying to get back into the swing of things with golf. But this week, for the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, I got I'll start with my top 20 bets. I got 3 guys that I straight bet to finish top 20, and I also took them in a parlay. So I got Tom Hoagie at plus 210. He's been a hot pick this week. Also got Akshay Bhatia at plus 190.
All right.
And these are finished
That sounds like a
top
UFC
20
guy.
because- yeah, he's solid. He sounds like a what guy?
A UFC guy.
Yeah. No, he's one of those 2 Indian golfers that are from Texas. I think they're Indian.
Nice.
If they're Pakistani, I apologize.
Maybe. Potentially.
If I got that ethnicity mixed.
Thanks,
up,
man.
I'm
Now our freaking show's gonna get canceled because of you.
sorry. Yeah. But
God. damn it.
anyways, They're from that subcontinent.
Asian descent.
All right, Dalton, let's go ahead and move on to the next guy.
Anyways,
here.
and then I got Tony Finau at plus 180
Oh, no.
to also finish top 20. I cannot believe Tony Finau is getting plus odds to finish top 20. That just
He
seems
didn't
silly.
finish top
So I
20
had to
last
jump
week.
on that. What's that?
He didn't finish top 20 last week, though.
Yeah, but still, I'll take
All right.
plus odds on him to finish top 20 every week. I'll take my chances with that. But those three guys parlayed to all finish top 20 comes out at plus 2,417,
Nice.
which feels like really good value for that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge.
What
else you
and
got?
then I took this one special on DraftKings called Big Guns versus the Field. So it's Scheffler, McIlroy, and Morikawa versus the field. I got the Big Guns at plus 250. So for one of those three guys to win it, I feel pretty good that Colin Morikawa or Scotty Scheffler is going to win this tournament. And then my outright winner this week is Colin Morikawa at plus 1,400. That just feels like way too good a value.
Yeah.
And these are the tournaments that he plays really well.
You ride for your dudes. You were a Morikawa guy last year.
Yeah, I
You loved betting
I'm
on
not
him
jumping
last
off that
year.
train.
Yeah.
he choked on me a couple times last year, but I'm not getting off that train.
Pause.
You know, stay on the train. You know what I'm saying?
All right. All right. You have any more golf bets? Dalton?
That's it.
All right. Shane, what do you got?
All right, guys. Well, let me tell you something. I got 3 people who I didn't initially pick because I knew who they were. I promise it's not what I did, but also may have done that, but we're just going to not talk about it. I have Jordan Spieth in my top 20. First tournament back since he messed up his wrists last year. So I was like, hey, he's going to be trying to show out to show he can still play. Why not? Plus 230. Not too bad.
Yeah.
I also, again, know who that is. Justin Rose finished top 20. He's had a lot of success at this tournament before. I did actually know that. Plus 360, though. He's not been in great form for a while as a golfer, but plus 360 odds, finished top 20, pretty healthy. And then Max Homa. Also heard that guy's name before. Plus 250. Also been decent at this tournament in the past. So that's my top 20 bets. That all parlays together plus 5,213. A little healthier than Dalton's, but there's a reason for that probably. So, tail at your own risk. And then I actually had Cantley as my outright winner this week for that. And it's also I've also heard that man's name before.
Yeah.
So there's that.
All
There you
right,
go.
Shane. I like that.
I like that pick. If he's ever gonna not finish second in a tournament, this is the week
It would
he
be
does it.
right. Yeah, he's had decent success there. I did look that
Yeah.
up, so I know he can play there. So
Tell you what, picking Justin Rose in anything is a choice.
yes,
Or
yeah, I found that out once. I was like, let me look and see what he's been up to. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not great.
Was this
Hey,
was this pre or post pressing place bet?
Oh, this was hours after it was started. Like, there's no real thought process until after. I was like, I'm like, some of this is not actually that bad. Some of this, I'm like, ooh, but that's not good.
Yeah.
Spieth was definitely the wild card because he hasn't played this year yet. It is what it is.
I remember Justin Rose winning a major like 10 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like, I've heard that dude's name before. I think I've seen him on commercials before.
All right. So I'm being stupid and starting off with 4 guys when I should start off with 3 in my top 20. But
Yeah, if
you
you
know
were
what?
going to get to 5 guys
Yeah.
in a restaurant, you have to start with 3.
Yes.
Work your way up from there. But anyway.
So we'll go 4. We'll go 4 guys, and then we'll move on to 5 guys. But I got Colin Morikawa. I'm on the Dalton hype train. Colin Morikawa on this one. I got Patrick Cantley. I hate doing this, but I'm doing Ludwig Oberg, even though he shits a bet every time I bet on him. And then
Wait, is it to win or to finish top 20?
finish top 20.
This is finished up.
Okay, that's good.
All these guys have finished top 20, and then I got Tommy Fleetwood.
Man, if there's ever been a golfer name before,
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood. So those four guys, nothing crazy. It's only plus 588, but I don't know. We'll see. I went 0 for 3 on my finished top 20 last week. So
Would it be funny if I hit even one of mine, considering?
if you hit yours, that would be insane.
Sure, man. I've heard you before. Anyway,
and then I have one more. I have Wyndham Clark to finish top 5 because he won last year.
That's a golf name as well.
Yeah. It's also, I think, isn't that like a hotel chain?
It is. It is absolutely also a hotel chain.
Yeah. So Wyndham Clark, I couldn't take him to win outright because it was like plus 6,000, and his run last year when he won was like a miracle run. So
I'm saving run, you might say.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna get him to finish top 5 and at plus 850.
Nice.
So
if that pays out, would that be Wyndham Rewards?
Yes. I wish we had a soundbite. Shane, what do you want to talk about right now? What's going on with the Steelers?
Not that fucking joking, man. No, all I'm gonna say is that I wish I wasn't right about the Chiefs.
Yes.
But I was, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for our Super Bowl extravaganza we have planned for next week, as far as I know. But I don't feel great about that changing. Just put it that way. I do want that not to be the case, though, Dalton. I do hope that your bet pays out with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
But no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it just feels like nothing's stopping this train. You know what I'm saying? It's off the tracks. It's just rolling. Nobody really seems interested in stopping it, except for, I don't know, Josh Allen sort of tried his best. Just didn't really matter too much. But no, it's the NFL season was interesting for me. Let me just put it that way. Betting was sort of almost okay. I almost got to 500 there, but not quite. Had kind of a hot start in the NFL too, and then fell off at the end because I was like betting on stupid shit, admittedly. But somehow my touchdown parlays were the dumbest of them all, but they hit more often than my actual bets. That I'm pretty sure. I think I was above 50% on my touchdown picks. We just could never get them all together except that one time.
Yeah.
I think even this past week, did I have Terry this past week? I think it was.
We
got close this week.
We missed because of me, I think.
Was it Goddard that didn't score? Or Ertz.
Yeah. And then
Kelsey didn't score either.
Kelsey didn't score either. No.
Yeah. So, they decided to make Patrick Mahomes the goal line running threat this past week, which was fun. I guess I don't know. But yeah. Steelers are already pissing me off because Art Rooney came out and was like, everything's good, guys. I don't know. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
It sucks.
Yeah,
and back to your point, like you said, you just knew about the Chiefs. We said in our group chat, I was like, just like the 6th time this year I've said I'm not.
This is the week.
Yeah, this is the week. And then, like, every time, like, I know we'd come on the show next week and be like, I was so stupid. I should have listened to myself and not bet against them. I bet against them, and then now I'm here saying I shouldn't have done it. So, you reap what you sow, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And at the end of the day, the Chiefs have the two things that are most important in the sport, the quarterback and the head coach. And it's hard to beat that team when they're as good as they are. I think the Eagles are talented enough to actually really try to give them a game, obviously. But I don't know. If you told me that you had Patrick Mahomes with the game on the line or Jalen Hurts with the game on the line, I know who I'm taking, so I'm going to say that. But maybe it'll just be Saquon. Maybe he'll just break the Chiefs' defense and just do whatever he has to do. But this Chiefs team is not allowed a 100-yard rusher in the playoffs since 2019. As good as Barkley's been, as good as the Eagles are, I don't know. Like, that might change, but I don't know if it's going to be that big of a change that he takes over the game. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, after the Super Bowl last, go ahead. Sorry, Dalton.
I was going to say the problem is the Eagles have to they have to dominate to win that game.
Yeah,
they would have to shorten the game and just run all over the Chiefs, and. Best case scenario, they're up 24-14 with 8 minutes left in the game, and they sack Mahomes. That's it. they're able to get to Mahomes
Yeah.
at the end of the game, then he's not able to lead some crazy comeback.
It's
But
just
We don't know
It's
how that'll
giving-
pan out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know how that goes.
it's giving me vibes of last year's Super Bowl where like they have this insane runner that's been doing it for them all year, and like everyone's like, this is the year, they're gonna beat them. The Chiefs are down this year, they're down, and then next thing you know, you look up and the Chiefs won on a last second drive, or like it's just Spagnuolo. This motherfucker needs to take a head coaching job somewhere else. Get the hell out of Kansas City.
I don't think it's happening, guys.
No.
The break is break everybody, but I
Yeah.
don't expect that to be happening anytime soon. And again, like I think with the Chiefs, and this is the key thing with them, and you look at the Bills games, and you should look at like if you look at Josh Allen's stats against the Bills in the playoffs, you're like, oh, that dude swept them, no shot. Like
Mm-hmm.
it looks insane. And then you look at the games, like, oh, he literally just is exactly as good as he needs to be to almost beat them. That's what it's always that. It's never like, oh man, like Josh Allen was terrible or just Chiefs are just that much better. It's like, no, he was exactly good enough to almost beat them. And it never quite works out. And even in this past game, like the 4th and 5, like everybody's talking about how Dalton Kincaid should have made the catch, and I agree, it was a tough catch, but he should have made it. The fact that they blitzed in that way and Allen didn't catch it and they weren't able to protect it is exactly what they do to you. When it is they got to have it play, they are a better coach than you. They execute better than you. And I think teams know that, and it puts more pressure on them than already exists.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you know the other team is pretty much going to play a perfect game most of the time. They're that well coached. They're that well disciplined. They've been together long enough, the core group of those guys. It is really hard to go into a game and be like, man, we got to play perfect, because that's what teams think when they go up against them, even if it's true or not. Like the Eagles are good enough talent-wise to where they don't have to play a perfect game, in my opinion. But I think they think and understand that they probably do if they want to win.
Yeah, I mean, you have the best head coach in the league, arguably, and who's also a great offensive mind. And then you have arguably the best defensive coordinator in the league. And then you also give them 3 future Hall of Famers in Mahomes, Kelsey, and Chris Jones. It's going to be really hard to beat them. Even though I think the Eagles do have the better roster by far. I think that's the best roster in the NFL, top to bottom.
Yes, absolutely, especially depth-wise too.
Yeah,
it might not.
Yeah, for what it's worth here, Chiefs are 1.5-point favorites right now. So it's a toss-up right now, and it's Super Bowl week, so this line will fluctuate multiple times for kickoff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles – go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what, if the Eagles are only getting 1.5 right, are only a 1.5-point favorite right now, I think that says that people don't feel that confident about the Chiefs this year. You know? That's at this point.
I mean, I think too, like, if you just looked at these rosters, right? Like, if you just looked at the rosters themselves, you'd have to give the Chiefs the edge in almost every position, or the Eagles the edge in almost every position group that there is, except for quarterback. And also, you look at the coaching staff, you give them the edge pretty much you give them the edge at offensive coordinator, I think, like purely offensive coordinator, but Andy Reid is also on the staff, so it kind of makes it like, is it really? Because Nagy's there, but like, is he really doing this stuff? Like, is he the one in charge of all that ultimately? Probably not in the big moments. But like, the coaching difference is staggering. Like, Fangio's been awesome as offensive coordinator for them. Like, you have to give him his flowers. He's still not Spagnuolo. And then you have Andy Reid across from Sirianni. That is about as much of a mismatch as it gets in the sport at this level, like especially in the playoff game and a Super Bowl. Like, no offense to Nick at this point, like his team's in the Super Bowl, but I don't really still believe it is much to do with him per se at this point. So it's like, with the going, if it gets tough in this game, do we trust that Sirianni is going to make the right call?
No.
Like, do we trust that he's going to be able to outcoach in the right moments?
No, and
I don't trust even his coordinators. I don't think so.
No, and I don't trust Jalen Hurts to execute either.
Like, he admittedly looks healthy on the knee, which is what I was most worried about going into last week, why I thought the Commanders could cover. Like, because if he was hobbled, I thought at least it would kind of limit some of the stuff they had to worry about in the passing game. But he looked fine. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Eagles, the hope is that you can get a lead late, and then hope that the weapons that the Chiefs have just can't make the plays they need to, which is very possible because it's not that wide receiver group is not very inspiring. The running backs are good for that offense, I guess. But, like, the best weapon is Travis Kelce, who looks way past his prime.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stat, like, Juju Smith-Schuster had 60 yards and 2 catches against the Bills. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to do that against the Eagles? Probably not, realistically. Xavier Worthy's obviously always a threat. Yeah, Cooper DeJean. Kelsey didn't really do much in this game, but he also was phenomenal the game prior. So, like, you always have to worry about him. You know, who do they go to with the game on the line to finish it off? Freaking, like, P. Ryan. Like, you can just throw the ball to him, and they're cool with it. Like, they don't seem to care, right?
No.
Yeah.
Like, D-Hop hasn't done anything in the playoffs. Is he going to blow up? Like, who knows?
Do they have Kadarius Toney? Where's Kadarius Toney at?
Kadarius Toney's in the shadow realm, guys. That's
Okay.
what he-
It's like Kadarius Toney's one of those guys that we all hate on, and then somehow gets a touchdown pass.
Last time I saw him, he was fumbling the ball against the Steelers as a punt return. Last time I saw him.
Nice.
All right.
With the Browns of all teams that decided to pick up Kadarius Toney. I don't know.
Let's go ahead. Let's save some of this talk for next week.
Yeah.
Time next week. Any other bets you guys got?
No. Gonna have to go into the bag moving forward after next week, try to figure out what I want to focus on, but probably the NBA and stuff like that. But.
Well, we'll have baseball be starting here soon.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Pirates baseball. Woo.
Hey, I'm excited for Cincinnati baseball this year. We're making some moves. We're making some moves.
Don't talk to Dalton.
For the Cardinals this year.
Yeah, what have you guys been doing, dude?
Nothing.
What you guys have been doing? Nothing.
They've been twiddling their thumbs.
You were like, I just don't understand.
It's just continuing to hope that guys are just going to come out of nowhere out of the farm system, and that works for position players all the time. But they have no pitching staff. They just don't. Like,
Hey,
it's so bad.
you know, at least the biggest potential move that your team tried to make wasn't trying to get a kid to give them the Paul Skeens card. At least that wasn't your team's biggest move of the offseason, trying to do that. And then bring back Adam Frazier for some reason, who hit 200 last year.
Hold on. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of Todd Frazier.
Todd Frazier was long gone, buddy.
I know. I was like, hold up. I was like, what? Did he come out of retirement for? Never mind.
No, that would be funny, but no. No, that is Adam Frazier, who had all of 200 last year, is joining the. It's like, do we need to do this? Like, what are we? All right, cool, man. I don't know. Can't wait for Paul Skeens to play for the Dodgers in 3 years or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but hey, it could be worse. Like, your ace could be Miles Michaelis.
Hey, you know.
But hey,
pretty much is after Sonny Gray inevitably gets hurt.
Right. Yeah, that's the rub there, unfortunately. Yeah. How old is he now?
Who, Michaelis?
Yeah, you got to be up there, right? Michaelis, yeah.
Both of them Gray this weekend up there too.
Well, I know Gray's up there. I feel like so Michaelis is up there, right? Yeah, because he was a late bloomer, right? Wasn't he kind of like? Didn't he come up late?
He was playing in Asia, I think, for a while.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, here's how bad it is. Like, their rotation is going to be heavily featuring Miles Michaelis and Lance Lynn this year.
Oh, Lance
in the year
Lynn?
2025.
Dude, I just assumed Lance Lynn wasn't playing baseball anymore. I didn't realize.
No, he's fourth in their rotation right now.
Possibly. That's good.
But you know what, Dalton? This is what you get to look forward to, and Shane can relate to this. You're going to finish above 500. Like, it's the St. Louis Cardinals. They're going to finish above 500, no matter if they make moves or not this offseason. They're going to be in the mix at some point for the division. Like, you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, no. It's nothing about this lineup inspires any confidence.
Yeah. The Cubs are going to win 86 games. Reds are going to win they're going to be on pace. They're going to be on pace for 90 wins, and then their team is going to explode and they'll win 80 games.
Yeah, what's gonna
Pirates will have their
happen?
weird like 20-game stretch in like June where they're like, hey, we're good guys. We're gonna trade for
Yeah.
Isaiah fucking kind of Falefa or whatever the hell his name is, and then not win any games after the All-Star break because that's what they do. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Same story, different year, folks.
the Reds like to do this thing where they get to 68 wins, and it's at the point of the season where you're like, this could either be really good or really bad, and then all of a sudden we win 10 games over the next 2 months.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Baseball is right around the corner. But we'll go ahead and end this show before we keep rambling on. I'm sure no one wants to hear that, but because we don't have any more bets, and that's what this show's about. So we'll go ahead and end tonight. We appreciate you guys watching episode 72. We'll be back next week. It'll be everything Super Bowl. I'm sure we'll have some PGA. I don't even know what the tournament is next weekend, but we'll be betting it. And we'll possibly have some NBA. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm
NASCAR
sure.
coming up soon, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
I
Now
love
I'm
me
getting
some
excited. Now I'm getting excited.
Love me some left, guys. Love me some left.
This is about to be the top 20. We're about to rename this the top 20 pod because it's just going to be multiple parlays of guys finishing top 20 in multiple different sports.
Yeah, that seems about right.
So, thank you guys again for watching. We will see you guys next week.